Hey, what's going on, everybody? You're watching DualShockers TV on DualShockers.com. We're here at PAX East 2012. We're checking out a little franchise, Assassin's Creed 3, with the Assassin's Creed guru, Alex Hutchinson. Alex, pleasure meeting you. We just saw you on TV, so now I'm a little starstruck, you know. I don't know what to talk about. There's so much. First off, you guys reimagined the franchise with a brand new character. So we got Connor, who is half British, half Native American.
Yep.
Pretty smart. Opens up a lot of new weapons.
Yeah, we just wanted to do something different. You know, we think the franchise has a history of challenging people and trying to push the boundaries a little bit narratively. So we wanted to keep going with that. We knew Ezio was hugely popular. It was a big ask to follow him up. But Connor, as someone who's sort of outside the conflict, who's neither with the Americans nor with the British, someone who has a different perspective on the conflict, and as you said, someone who has a whole lot of cool gear that we can bring in as well.
A lot of new cool gear. There's actually one portion we saw, there's actually a new rope dart that gets used, and you make a little joke, there's feet dangling from a tree. Pretty sick stuff.
Yeah, so that's probably the closest we have to something. The mechanic was too cool not to put in, and we had to sort of massage it a little to get it in there, but it's based on a Chinese weapon called a rope dart, and basically, yeah, it's a new stealth weapon that lets you assassinate people from trees, sort of drop down and hang them there. So if you do it in a stealthy way, it'll attract other guards to it. Obviously, if you do it in the middle of a crowd, you're going to end up in a fight. But yeah, we like it.
But so not only fight mechanics, there's obviously tomahawks. You still have the hidden darts. You got pistols now. You can dual wield all kinds of stuff. But you guys also looked at like crowd mechanics now for the infantry, and there's a huge war going on as well.
Yeah, so it was interesting because it's the first time we've dealt with sort of armies instead of guards. So we had to look at sort of army formations and more of the sort of military behavior of the period. So we've tried to build it in and keep it historically accurate, but make it a mechanic. So, you know, in this period of line infantry, a lot of people, they drop to one knee, they take a shot, but they're very slow to reload. So we realized there was this chance in the combat to say, your job is to avoid this first volley and then rush in and get back into close combat. So hopefully we can use history to sort of our strategic advantage.
And now more impressive things that get to me are the little things. You got some contextual movements in there, which are pretty cool. You know, Connor's actually flinching when things go off in front of him. He's brushing up against things. You see his reactions, like really making the game feel real.
Yeah, we wanted to ground the character more, you know, like, so even though we don't want to take control away from the player, we want to make it feel like, you know, if I'm hiding, I want my character to look like he's hiding, you know what I mean? So the character should reflect the story that I'm telling myself. So we did a lot of things, like you said, the contextual reactions to explosions. We've done sort of a little cover system where you can lean up against walls or corners or tree trunks to hide. So we hope that brings another level of depth and sort of realism to it.
And speaking depth and realism, a lot of people were like, oh, this isn't in a city anymore, there's no scaling buildings, but you can scale some trees now, so there's tree navigation, which I find pretty impressive.
Yeah, so everyone sort of said about the franchise that it's about climbing buildings, and really the franchise is about climbing things, you know what I mean? They don't have to be buildings, so if we pull it back one step and we say it's cliffs, it's trees, it's sort of, you know, crazy slopes of mud, you know, all these sorts of things that we can climb that still feel really interesting and fresh for the player, because, you know, at the end of the day, you know, that's what we want. We want the franchise to be a brand new, you know, point for people to jump on, something refreshing for people who've played the previous ones, and sort of to feel like a big jump for the franchise.
And a lot of new things. I showed off some running executions as well. So again, a lot of swift movement, a lot of continuity to keep the player engaged.
Yeah, so the goal with the character was to keep him in motion, you know, so like we said in the video, you know, you should be able to assassinate on the run, you should be able to, you know, go from a free running path into an assassination, back into a free running path, so all that sort of stuff. We wanted to keep it fluid. We want Connor to be really, really mobile and really, really fast.
Well, I gotta say, everything we've seen so far, Connor is impressive. Assassin's Creed looking better than ever, in my opinion. One last question everybody wants to know, can you use the American flag as a weapon and go nuts, really patriotic here?
I think there are laws. I don't think you're allowed to. I think desecration of the flag is one of the things you're not allowed to do.
It's not desecration, it's like the Patriot all over again, you know, it's despair.
I think someone, you know, will write us not just angry letters. I think someone will come find us in the office and stab us. I think it's too dangerous.
All right, well, we had to check, we had to try, but we appreciate it. Assassin's Creed 3 looking phenomenal. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Guys, this is one to keep your eye on for sure. Game of the Year candidate all the way. We're out.